Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our podcast. Thank you again for joining us for this episode. In our previous episode, we have talked about trusting the process. Especially, we have looked at why life is unfolding step by step and why growth cannot be rushed. Um, If you haven't watched that video, please go back after this one, watch it. I believe you will learn some insightful lessons from the video. I encourage you to go back. In this one, in our today's episode, we are going to go deep, focusing on one essential component of a process in a life, that is waiting, especially waiting for the destinations and the promises God has put in us in our life. We In this episode we will zoom in on what it truly means to wait while trusting God's timing. Um, I hope and believe there are at least another couple of insights what we're going to share today. So please subscribe to this video, like and share, and also send me your comment and feedback. They are very useful to for the growth of this community. I encourage all you to join us and help us learn and share lessons from your experience. Uh, this is the community. We're going to learn from each other instead of uh, having one man show. So it's a platform to interact, a platform to share feedback and experience. So what do we mean by waiting? Going back to our video, what do we mean by waiting? So waiting is not does not mean doing nothing. People actually refer waiting as being being still, not moving, not doing anything, just waiting, kind of being passive in life and being reactive in life. This is not the synonym of waiting we are talking today. For us, waiting is being active, being engaged, being patient. So it is actually full of action, full of energy, full of motivation. That's what we're talking about waiting today. So biblical waiting does not in any way being inactive. So waiting that we are going to look today is a lifestyle. It is a lifestyle. It's not a one-off show. It's living with purpose, hope, conviction, and action. These are the four important essential qualities on how we should wait. So waiting is being patient. Not only being patient, but also participation. So there are things that we need to be waiting. We need to be waiting with patience, and also we need to participate in the process. So these are the four components or the four key factors on how we should wait. The first factor, the first factor, how should we wait is we should wait with purpose. Purpose is the destination of a life. So purpose gives you the direction, the meaning to your destination. Direction and meaning to your destination. Waiting means being intentional in what we do and on in what we actually interact. It means knowing what you are called for and understanding why it really matters. So, waiting also means discerning or understanding, identifying, and selecting the paths that leads to that destination. So, in purpose, waiting with purpose means two things. One is clearly understanding the destination, the outcome of your life, and two is selecting the paths that finally and truly leads you to that destination. So when the purpose is clear, confusion diminishes. The purpose sharpens focus, aligns decision, and prevents wasted time. Without purpose, waiting becomes frustrating and aimless. With purpose, waiting becomes a meaningful preparation. If you have a purpose, all things that go around you are preparing you for that destination. It's molding you and shaping you, strengthening you for that destination. The second key component on how we should wait is we should wait with hope. Hope is a light that takes us forward, that moves us forward. It is a light. It is a light that brightens some of the challenging situation in our life, the darkest time in our lives, the darkest period in our life. If there is hope, if there is no hope, there is no light that actually brightens that dark period of our life. That we always go through the dark processes, the dark times, the dark periods. That there are always low times in our life. That is where hope comes handy and useful for us. So hope energizes life. They are, in addition to being a light, they are also energy for life. It gives energy for life. Not only energy, but in fact, it fuels enthusiasm, resilience, and positive mindset in someone's life. A hopeful person does not merely survive the present challenge, but sees the future and anticipates the future. Biblical hopes or biblical hope is not wishful thinking and unrealistic dreams. It is a deep longing combined with action. Not only being desiring or being wishful of unrealistic, unrealistic, um, untangible, idealistic. It is longing, but taking a faithful action, taking an action, combining your longing with action. It is also it's also walking forward towards the future with a smile on your face, a joy in your heart, even if when the road is very difficult. You have to have those smile, those happiness. You have to cherish it and you have to enjoy the process and then face it. Don't try to find alternative ways, circumvent the situation to go around and arrive at the situation. Just face it and face it with a smile and joy in your heart. Smile on your face. Yeah. So hope envisions the destination before it actually arrives. It enables you to see the destination clearly before it arrives. It helps us see beyond the present challenge. Very importantly, having hope does not mean one will not experience doubt, despair, and confusion. It means rather we rise up again, keep dreaming, continue walking forward despite those situations, so despite these circumstances. There's no way you will not have a confusion in life. There's always this experience, this situation, but it means rising again, keep dreaming and walking forward with a belief and confidence. The third important component on how we should wait is waiting with conviction. Conviction is a strong, settled belief in our destination and on the path we have taken to reach there. It's being deeply persuaded by what you see or by what you are pursuing is worthwhile. It's worth it. That the steps you are taking will finally lead you there. You are being convinced. You are confident about this one. You don't have to have a low level of confidence on these two components, on your destination and the path you have taken to arrive there. So conviction is what sustains you when progresses feel slow and obstacles feel overwhelming. The steps you take, the progresses in your life sometimes seems not moving. It is also times when you feel you're going backward instead of forward, and obstacles usually overwhelm you. But despite all this one, that's what we're saying. Light comes. That's hope. That's so you need to be convinced and confident in your uh, in your decision and action actually. So when conviction is firm, discouragement has no final say. The final say is you. You have a final say, and you have a final laugh, the last laugh, how they call it. Discouragement will not have the final laugh. You may bend, it's obvious, you may bend, but you will not break. You will not break. You may bend, but you don't break. Conviction keeps you steady when circumstances shake you and reminds you why you started it in the first place. The fourth important point is on how we should wait is waiting with action. So, like we said, you have a purpose, clear purpose. You have hope. You are convinced that your destination, the paths you have taken, will eventually lead you to your destination. These all are nothing if you don't combine these with action. Action is a key component where it says you store your treasure where your heart is. So this analogy of storing your treasure where your heart is taking an action, take doing something about your dream, about your destination, with hope, conviction, and a purpose. So waiting does not actually cancel responsibility. We're not saying waiting enable people to avoid responsibility and accountability. It rather calls people for obedience, effort, and consistent movement. Consistent movement. Action is a bridge between where you are now and where you want to be in the future. Waiting with action actually means aligning your daily decision with your future destination. It means preparing, learning, growing, serving, and doing what you can while trusting God. So, faithful waiting always involves movement, even when progress feels, as I said earlier, slow, and when obstacles feels overwhelming. Just to wrap up, a well-done wedding has to have has to have purpose, hope, conviction, and action. Knowing what you do will eventually lead you there, and standing firm on your beliefs and on the paths you have taken and taking consistent actions are very important. So it is also important to note that waiting is by itself a mission that requires endurance, discipline, and trust. The path to your the path to your destination may not be simple, straightforward, but every step matters. Every walk you take, every step you take will adds up, uh, actually adds up, and then bring us to the bigger picture. Then I would like to show you the sketch I have done a lot here. So every one of us have a starting point, point A, from where we start. We have all starting point, and the destination is point B. We have a destination. So what we've been saying is, in a purpose, in waiting, you have to have a purpose. Purpose means the destination being meaningful and understanding clearly the destination, and not only the destination, the discerning, identifying and selecting the path that takes you from point A to point B, your destination. So that's the purpose. Hope is a light with which you travel from point A to point B. Along the way, you will definitely have challenging times, dark times. Without hope and without that light, it's very difficult to travel on this world. And conviction is a belief that you will definitely arrive at your point, at your destination. And it's a belief that this road, pathway will eventually lead you there. It's a belief, a strong belief in what you do and in what you have decided and in what you have chosen. That is conviction. And action is traveling on this path towards your destination. You have to move. Movement is an action. So this is a simple analogy, a simple sketch. I will, I hope sums up what we have discussed in this video. And thank you, like I said, share, subscribe, and send us your comment and help us grow the community. Thank you. Bye bye. See you in another video.